So Dana White did his job properly this time and actually hosted a show on the UFC YouTube channel to announce UFC 328 along with other banger fights. But before we look at the fights, look at this man's face. He hates being here. He hates being here, all right? You can skip to any part of this video with Dana White in it, and he hates that he has to do this, all right? And we're going to look at how he's talking about these fights, all right, compared to this clip that I found where he talks about UFC 129. We also have Sean Strickland talking about why Khamzat versus him isn't happening at the White House, which is quite interesting. And then we're going to look at the other fights too, because there are some bangers on the card. But first, this man, just look at his face. I feel like Paramount have like come to him and said, Dana, these IG lives, they're not going to cut it, buddy. You need to make more of an effort. And he's like, shit, I got shit to do, kid. And they've forced him at gunpoint, all right, to be on this show because he doesn't look like he wants to be there. And I can't play any clips really, or any clips with any sound, but we can just look, all right? We can look at Dana White's face, all right? This is just after they were talking about Prohaska versus Ulberg, and I'm just going to let it play for a little bit. Just watch Dana White's face. He looks bored. He looks bored. This is like the most exciting light heavyweight on the planet, and he's like, "What time's it, kid? How long have I got? 15 minutes. Oh, I got shit to do. Usually I only go live for 2 seconds on my PSP." Now, I want to say something, though, before we roast in a little bit more. I love this format. Keep it coming. These are the fight announcements that we want to see. And now, when I do a fight an announcement live stream, I didn't do one last night because I am still a bit sick. I still don't feel great. So I didn't want to stay up for 8 hours, not feeling ill, feeling 100%. All right, so forgive me for missing one. All right, well, I will get the next one. All right. Obviously, I won't be able to show the footage on the stream, but I'll still be able to react to it live with you guys. This is so much better than the IG lives. An actual show with Fitzgerald, Michael Bisping's there, and you have Dana White there. Maybe next time, Dana, look like you actually want to be there. Maybe smile a little bit, and he does smile at some points. But the majority of this show is him looking so uninterested. So he does this thing where he announces fights loudly to seem like he's interested, but there's no smile, there's no oomph, there's nothing behind the eyes. He looks dead on the inside when he's I think it's Prates versus JDM. He starts shouting, all right, but there's no emotion on this guy's face, and I think we can find it. He does this thing where he just shouts some points, and that he's like, look, it's like when Joe Rogan does the wide eye thing, and he goes, whoa, oh. It's like, you don't care. And we can maybe I'll try and get a little bit of the audio just to compare. Right, Dana White showing enthusiasm here compared to Dana White showing enthusiasm here. All right, because it's night and day. And look, I don't want to shut on him too much because he is going out of his comfort zone of his PSP on a live stream on IG Live. All right. This is really good from Dana. This is a step in the right direction. It really is. And they should keep doing this for every... I wouldn't mind them just not announcing any cards and announcing loads of fights all in one stream show like this. I mean, how long was the whole thing? It's 16 minutes, all right? Dana's usually live for 2 minutes, all right, if that. He says the fights. He goes, all right, peace, guys. See you later. He's actually doing a panel show here, which is amazing. It's a great start. We just need a bit of enthusiasm, Dana. That'd be fantastic if you could do that. But we'll watch how he announces.
Saturday, April 25th on Paramount Plus, Aljamain Sterling versus Yusuf Zalal.
Yeah, that's a great fight, Dana, because
Sorry, I got the fights wrong. Sterling versus Zalal, it was. But still, you can still see my point. He's just shouting and pointing to try and seem like he's interested, but there's nothing behind the eyes. There's nothing behind These eyes are Dana White to actually suggest that he's interested. No smile. Nothing. And then as soon as he announces it, he's like, Yusuf Zalal. Like, come on, Dana. God damn. Show a bit of passion, man. We would all love to have your job. We would be stood up announcing this shit like from the rooftops. You're like, Aljamain Sterling versus Yusuf Zalal. And then we compare that to this passion here. Like, look at Dana White. Like, this is UFC 329. Look at this guy. Where is this guy gone? I don't know, but let's just watch this and compare.
This is like Dallas, Texas Stadium on steroids, okay? Now, normally, over at the Dallas, Texas Stadium, they have that big screen that hangs down. This normally isn't there. We built that. I'm going to lose my...
He loves it. We built that. We did that. Like, Dana, come on. We need more of this, man. Come on, bro.
My voice before the fucking show starts. This screen over here, it's 52 feet, okay? That screen over there, thank you, Lord. We built that. It's 85 feet. 85 fucking feet, right?
He's this hyped talking about television screens. Like, this guy is so hyped talking about literal television screens. And we can't get this passion, right, for his fights that he announces for his company that he runs anymore. But TV screens, oh my God, guys, this is like revolutionary stuff, right?
And these here, we built those 4 screens, each one of them are 60 feet inside. This show is going to be fucking crazy!
Right, now let's just compare. Look at his fucking face. Oh, it's horrendous. Let's compare those two clips, right? Because he's talking about screens there.
Saturday, April 25th on Paramount Plus, Aljamain Sterling versus Yusuf Zalal.
Yeah, that's a great fight, Dana.
Face drop. Yusuf Zalal. Go on, Mike. It's your turn now. I've said my bit. I've said my bit, Mike. It's now your turn to talk. And like I say, you can skip to any part of the stream. Let's see. You know, we got ads here. We're gonna let the ad go through, but you can literally skip to any part of this stream, and it's the same thing over and over again. Just Dana White with a blank face. Look at him. Well, look at, he doesn't want to be, he so doesn't want to be there, bro. Like, it's so obvious. You know, they would have, all right, let's play the sound a little bit, all right? Let's see if we can get away with this one.
Beneil Dariush will face Quinlan Salkill.
Yeah, and that's a great fight. Everyone knows Beneil.
And then he's just like, are we done yet, kid? No, we're not done yet, kid. Now he actually smiles here, right? Because he asks Michael Bisping, "How much security do you think we'll need for this fight?" And they start to laugh about it. That's the only time he smiles in this whole stream. Skip to this bit. Look how miserable he looks. He looks miserable. Oh my God. Like. Look at his face. Oh my God.
Other welterweight main event, Bilal Muhammad versus Gabriel Bonfim.
Yeah, this is a crazy.
Like, even he thinks that's a shit fight, and it's not a shit fight, it's a decent fight, but skip again, still not happy. Or we'll go again here. I think he might smile here. Does he smile here? Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit of a smile there from Dana White. Any smile here, Dana? By the way, this is him talking about the White House. No light behind the eyes. Really no light behind the eyes. It's kind of crazy. But moving on from Dana White not caring, the fights are sick. The fights are sick. Hamza Chimaev versus Sean Strickland. I don't want to hear anyone cry about Imavov getting jumped over by Sean Strickland because Imavov and Hamza Chimaev have said on multiple occasions that they'd rather not fight each other. They don't want to fight each other because they know each other and they're friends. So I don't want to hear anyone complain. Also, all right, this is going to be so much more of a great build-up and entertaining fight than Hamza Chimaev versus Imavov would be. And I know you're going to say, Bromo, but you're all for a meritocracy. You're not there for entertainment value, right? That's true. But when you have a champion and a challenger that have openly said they don't want to fight, why would you book that fight? No one's going to care about it because they don't want to fight each other anyway. So you book a fight between two guys, Sean Strickland's ranked number 3, all right, behind JDM. No, not JDM. DDP and Imavov. You know, they're not going to give it to DDP. He's not coming back anytime soon. Right? Or is he? I can't remember. Imavov doesn't want to fight him. So you give it to Sean, in my opinion. And this card's a banger. I mean, Volkov versus Waldo. Waldo's going to get fraud checked here. I don't think Waldo's that good. He's been knocking out bum cans, I guess. People forget he lost to Pavlovich last year. The shell of himself, Pavlovich, by the way. Or he knocks out Shamil Gaziev and Derek Lewis, and everyone thinks he's the fucking man. And he gets a fight restarted after the fact, after the referee called the fight off against what's he called? What's he? Why has that gone out my brain? Ante Delija, because of the eye poke thing. Right, whatever. Sean Brady, Joaquin Buckley, amazing fight. Great. Joaquin Buckley can try and redeem himself against a wrestler after his last fight against Usman. Jan Blachowicz-Guskov rematch ended in a draw. My boy King Green getting that round 2 TKO over Jeremy Stevens. Love to see that. And Atiba Gautier has a chance to redeem himself and get that first round KO against Ozzy Diaz that he wasn't able to get in his last fight because he kind of fumbled the finish. Amazing card, in my opinion, on par with the... is it on par with the White House card? If it's not far off, in my opinion. This is a banging card. And the White House card is also banging, just not for the White House. I did a whole video on the expectations versus reality of that card. Go check it out. But this is a great card. And, we have more fights announced. Obviously, we have Sterling versus Zalal. Great fight. I'm picking Zalal. All right, this is going to be a great grappling match. Dariush is getting slimed out. And too much too soon for Costa, I think. I think Allen's going to get it done. I don't know why this is in the Meta Apex, though. Put it on a numbered card, I was like the opener or something. The Meta Apex? Come on now. Great fight again. Another great fight. Song Yadong's got this, though. I mean, kind of crazy that they're giving Figgy a top 5 guy. He's literally shit. And Zhang versus Manyfield, time for Zhang to try and prove the doubters wrong. We've got Pavlovich versus Teixeira. Teixeira's going to get slimed out cold by Pavlovich. This is Pavlovich's time to really, y'all must have forgot who I am. I'm the big scary Russian that KOs people in the first round. Taliesin is literally the worst prospect I've ever seen in my entire life. He's getting slimed out by Pavlovich. We got Bilal versus Bonfim. I think Bilal wins this fight. He's really good. People just don't like him. And then BJJ is gay. So, but this is the main one. This is the main fight. Absolute banger. Banger of a fight. I've got a really sneaky feeling that they're going to make Sean Strickland tone it down a little bit at the press conference because he said this on an interview with with Brian, the interviewer. This is what he said. I don't think Paramount are going to let him say any of this at the press conference. They're going to say, Strickland, you need to be on your best behavior, right? They probably went to Sean and said, if you want this fight, you need to be on your best behavior. We can't have any more antics like for your fight week with Fluffy. All right, we can't have it because this is what he's saying already.
Sean, you're coming off a win over Anthony Hernandez. Do you see a title shot at it now?
100%, man. Let's go down. We're gonna beat the terrorists. I doubt it'll be at the White House just because they don't like terrorists in there, but that's where we'll be at.
And it was nice speaking with you.
I don't think it'll be at the White House because they don't like terrorists there. Funny one lives there anyway. But you know, I think they're gonna tell him, Sean, all right, you need to chill, tone it the fuck down. We're not having this drama for Paramount again. But they're really brave putting Sean in another main event on Paramount, and it's not too far away. Under 2 months away is really solid. You know, we have Yuri versus Ulberg, Chimaev versus Strickland. They are some good numbered main events. And both UFC 327 and UFC 328 are fucking banger cards. Both cards are fantastic. I'm really not mad at... The only thing that I'm concerned about is Dana White still not showing any interest. Seems like he hates his job. Well, this is a great step in the right direction, all right? Great panel show to do the announcements. Do this every single time. I don't want to see on X, Dana White's going to be going live on Instagram later today, boys, and we have to wait 9 hours on a live stream before he actually goes live, and he's just like, oh, sorry, I just landed my plane. Why don't you just do it the day after then, you fucking idiot? Why do it there and then, you know? This is a great step in the right direction. I just want Dana to have a bit more oomph, like what he did when talking about literal TV screens at UFC 129. All right, I don't think that's too much to ask for. But great announcement, great numbered events. I really thought that the numbered events would suffer before the White House card, right? Because we were promised this insane White House card, the likes we've never seen before. But honestly, 327, 328, and the White House are on par with each other as being just as good as each other, and I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. Because they are banger after banger after banger. We can't really complain. We can't really complain this time round. Dana did a good job. He just hates having to do it. He really does. Like and subscribe. My links down below. Become a member. Join the Discord. And until next time, I'll see you in a bit. Goodbye.